What's going on, people? Eid Mubarak to all my fellow Muslims, and obviously salam to the rest of you that obviously are not Muslim, but it doesn't matter. But either way, it's a hot day in England right now. I'm not too sure if it's hot on the other side. Obviously, joined by my co-host Michael. What's the weather like in New York right now?
I'm sorry right now. It's gonna get hotter later. It's so early, so
yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna get to what people think this might be. This is gonna be a Q&A. So anyone that's got any questions, get them in, star them in. I'm sure a lot of people are probably outside right now. Obviously it's a Saturday, so thought we'd just do this midday just for people that are not, that are not outside enjoying the sunshine in England. If you're from another country, I'm sure it might be really hot regardless. So yeah, man, get your likes in. Elias, obviously, he's working right now. Can work, by the way. It's a little thing there. Just found you because of Nippon. Yeah, we just went on a live together for like a few minutes just to see what it's like. It was my first time doing that. Obviously, big up Zohaib as well. Man City fan, Solo MCFC, obviously a big supporter. Normal guy in the building. Good morning from the United States. Oh, it's the morning where you are right now, isn't it? Like 10, nearly 11 o'clock, right?
10:45.
Zvoy, bro, let me know if you need a Chelsea fan. We'll do. Wait, was you on Zvoy? Was he on I'll hit you up. Hit me up on Instagram. I think we might do later on, because later on we might do a what's the thing called? We might do a stream later on to do with the biggest flops in the Premier League 11, and maybe including the manager as well. So obviously people are gonna our new subscriber found the channel via it's not Speed Saeed. I'll big up that man. I think Saeed might be doing I'm not too sure if he's doing a Q&A later, or might do on tomorrow on Sunday. Just like a fan calling kind of show thing. You shoot me a message last week. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah, man. We're just doing a Q&A on this one as well. Like a quick hour kind of thing. But I might hit you up for later on. But is it going to be too late? Would it be too late later on? But Dave Dassies, I'm here. Obviously, big up you, man. Get the likes up, my guys, man. Get the likes up. Go on your other account, get your likes up. Same with you. But yeah, Max, man. What's the latest? Before anyone does get their questions in, what's the latest on the transfers? Because I see for Chelsea that obviously Loftus-Cheek and Kante are going to miss due to COVID reasons. That's one thing. Big up Sid, another Chelsea fan.
So I think they're supposed to come here, right, to the States. I guess the vaccination rules are still in effect in terms of like you have to be vaccinated to come into the country, I guess. I didn't know about that, but fair enough. So I guess that's so soon. For United, we're close to signing that Lazio goalkeeper, Thomas Strakosha.
Strakosha. I think is that a good signing? I think if he's going to be coming as a backup goalkeeper, or
it's going to be backup, kind of Europa. So I mean, he's a Europa level goalkeeper based on his time at Lazio, because they were typically a Europa League team, made the Champions League I think the year before. So not the worst backup. I don't rate him that highly, but I guess it's a free transfer, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, man, I wonder what people gonna have to ask us as well. Any questions you guys want, football related, anything political, please don't do that. Don't do that to us. But yeah, man, get your questions in. Obviously, the latest on Man United as well. Obviously, other than that, is obviously apparently Eriksen medical is going to be happening soon, and he's going to be joining up, I think, on the Melbourne tour. I'm not entirely sure on that. So, but it's all speculation at the end of the day. Obviously, as you can see, I see today apparently PSG in for Lewandowski as well, and I'm seeing links that Chelsea might be linked to Lewandowski as well, which would make sense in my eyes if they're going to want out. If you're going to spend like 30-40 million on a player, there you go. There's your man. It's a short-term fix, but right now I think they could do some short-term plus long-term fixes at that club. Wait, Dave just said Ake and Sterling is done. Where's this stuff on Ake? I ain't seen much on Ake, Dave. I'm gonna have a little look on that right now as we speak. And also on top of that, obviously Pogba. See, he's gone back to Juventus. So, but yeah, man, what's this? What's this? Ake's leaving. Fairs, same height. I could play from the back. Oh, that's something different. Chelsea. Okay, Fabrizio said about 6 hours ago, Chelsea are closing on Raheem Sterling deal with Man City, waiting for final approval on 45 million fee plus add-ons, while negotiations are still ongoing with City for Nathan Ake. So Ake's keen on the move. Obviously, he's got history with Chelsea. Personal terms, 100% agreed as well. So that's not an issue. So yeah, man. Wow. So First question of the day as well. Obviously, Eid Mubarak. Obviously, Sid. No players want to come down under Ronaldo first. Now Rafinha. Yeah, man. So does Eriksen get ahead of Bruno? You can ask City questions as well. Obviously, Daps isn't here today, but we have to get live out there. But to post content every day. Does Eriksen get ahead of Bruno?
No, not yet. I don't think to start the season. I mean, I also said today on Twitter, I think Bruno's going to be the new captain of Man United come first game of the season. I don't know if you saw the video today with like them on the jet and everything. He was doing like the filming, like all the players on the plane. I feel like he's kind of got to step up. Like Pogba obviously was like the massive figure in the locker room in terms of like getting everyone together and everything. He was kind of like the glue. I think Bruno's going to try and step up to be that. Because like as much as I don't like him as a player, I like him as a person. Like he's really good vibes. Like, and it's off the pitch. Like he hasn't done anything to like piss me off the pitch. He looks like a fun guy. He gets well with all the players. Every player likes him. So yeah, I think he's gonna be the new captain. And if you're the new captain, that's gonna mean that you're gonna play most of the games.
So what kind of like? Obviously, we done a video yesterday on Trafford Tunnel saying what 11 we're gonna see. And I'm going to just talk about, I'm going to throw in a question there. Who's going to be the captain for Manchester United? Obviously, I know you had your thing. I think I see you say on Twitter earlier saying that you can tell that Bruno is going to be the captain.
Yeah.
But why do you think Bruno's going to be the captain?
It's just like, I feel like he just like in the locker room, like, especially if Ronaldo leaves, like, it's just him and De Gea. And I don't really like goalkeepers being captains. That's just a preference of mine. Because like,
yeah, but what about for 1 year, though? 1 year, surely.
1 year, yeah, I mean, I also don't like De Gea that much to start with. Like, I don't think he's captain material. I think Bruno's like in terms of like the attributes off the pitch is like more of a captain than De Gea, and like I think Ten Hag kind of agrees like with no, I don't know, because like the goalkeepers are isolated during the game, like they're by themselves most of the game, so
yeah, of course.
And I don't know. I don't think De Gea is as big in the locker room as Bruno. I think he's kind of more of a quiet guy, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. So, got another question as well. I was gonna add to that. I'm not too sure. We've got two questions from Sid. First one, I'm gonna throw right at you, Michael. Kas obviously is at me though. Kas, do you think if no club comes for United, it would be more of a problem? What do you mean? What do you mean by no club?
Like if he stays.
If no club comes for Ronaldo, will it be a problem if he stays? I don't know if Ronaldo will be a problem if he stays. Would he be a problem at Chelsea? That's a question for Chelsea fans. If Ronaldo came to you, do you reckon it'll be a problem at your club? What is he? Is he a problem? What's your thoughts on that?
I think he's trying to be like in the locker room where he caused like disruption because he's going to be unhappy that he didn't get his move. I think that's what he's trying to say.
But do you reckon he's going to be unprofessional in that way?
I mean, everyone says that this guy's the most professional player in the world. That's what Rio Ferdinand was saying on his channel and everything. So you would assume that Ronaldo is going to be professional enough to just stick with, and also that he allegedly loves United. So if he loves United, but he didn't get his move and he's the most professional player in the world, you would think that he just takes the challenge, leads the team for the year, and says goodbye on a free at the end of come next May. So I would hope that he stays professional because at that point, obviously that doesn't look good on him if he's throwing hissy fits all season because he didn't get his move.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be a big problem. Erik Ten Hag has to identify that big time. Like, who's going to be the issues, who's not going to be the issues. So, yeah, I hope Ronaldo does stay. I just don't see much coming in the front firing line about Manchester United. But other than that, let's talk on the Ligt a little bit as well. I see from, I think his name's Pletigo, I think he calls himself on Twitter, is one of the journalists, not going to say he's credible, but the Ligt says yes to BAYERN, but yet there's nothing really concrete on the Ligt. I thought it would be one of the key people that would be going on Chelsea's radar. And if he's saying yes on going to Bayern Munich, is that a big blow to what Chelsea are trying to do? Do you even see De Ligt fitting in on the Chelsea back three?
I mean, I think he'd fit, but I feel like Tuchel should go for Kimpembe. Kimpembe's on the chopping block at PSG. Tuchel coached him previously. I think he got the best out of him in that 1920 season when PSG were the best defense in Europe. He got the best out of him, so he fits that Rudiger hole that got left because Kimpembe is also left-footed, aggressive center back, so he fits that kind of mold. So I think, and he's cheaper as well. And I think De Ligt does want the Bayern move more, in my opinion, because Bayern's a bigger club, respectfully.
Yeah, Bayern, they are a bigger club than Chelsea, of course. Like Chelsea's been around. They've been around for a minute. Don't get me wrong, but they weren't on the map until about what 18 years ago, starting from 2004. But on that note as well, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't think the Ligt suits a back three. Obviously, I'm gonna share something quickly with you guys. Get your questions in. If you just joined, do get your questions in for me and Michael. This is a fan Q&A. Whatever you guys want to ask, do ask. Don't just talk at us. Ask us relative questions to football. So just for Chelsea fans, let me get this up quickly. So Fabrizio even said this before I even done all of that. If people can see, can you see Michael? With people on their phones, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. So, as you can see from from Fabrizio, Juventus are aware of negotiations between the Ligt agents and Bayern on personal terms, but Juve is still waiting to receive an opening official bid from Bayern and Chelsea. So, if I'm the Ligt, I'm gonna think that I'm personally gonna go to Bayern Munich. I think it's a winning club. You're gonna win trophies. You can get your name up, get your status up, and they are lacking still. I know they got Upamecano, but I think the Ligt could be a good partner for Upamecano. Who's currently what's the word I'm looking for? Partnering up with Upamecano at centre back at Bayern Munich.
I'd say Lucas Hernandez, probably.
Lucas Fernandez. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a relative thing.
I think they play 3 as well though next year.
So Sid says the Ligt will move to Bayern because they're offering him a 16 to 18 mil. I'm going to guess euro salary. What was that per week? About 300 grand per week. But I don't think they go above 250. I'm pretty sure. So correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, I think they got a cap on their salaries. Obviously, big up Daniel, big up anyone that's in there. Harris saying Pogba. Yeah, Juve. We'll talk a little bit more about Pogba and what Juve are currently trying to build with Allegri, because I've got some reservations of what kind of midfield they're bringing back. I'm talking about a certain midfield back in like 2013-14. If you remember the Pirlo, Marquisio, and then Pogba. Now it's looking like they're trying. Looks like they're trying to get. Obviously, the Marquisio you could say is more of the what's his name? Locatelli. You could say they're trying to get Jorginho from Chelsea. There's going to be more of the Pirlo role, and then Pogba just being Pogba back again in the last few years or so of his peak. But Dave is saying if the Ligt wants to improve as a defender, Tuchel will do that. I think so as well. I think he would improve him. Tuchel's a defensive manager. He was a defender, so it only makes sense. What about you, Max?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. With Rudiger, he got him basically a move to Real Madrid theoretically, because Rudiger was like in no man's land at Chelsea. Tuchel came in and he made him a Champions League winning center back and got him a free move to the biggest club in the world. So, yeah, that's true. But also right now, he's been very highly as a coach. So,
if you didn't know as well, like I saw obviously a big hype from Arsenal fans talking a little bit on Arsenal as well about like Gabriel Jesus. So Jesus scored like 2 or 3 goals. I think got 2 goals and like one offside. It's only a matter of time before Arsenal fans start claiming that this guy's going to bag like 15, 20 goals in a season. He might bag 15 goals, but I don't think he bags 20 league goals. Well, how does Jesus fare for you, man? I reckon he's gonna boss preseason, but then it's gonna be that kind of typical thing.
Yeah,
with,
respect
with Arsenal potentially.
Respectfully to them, you were playing Nuremberg, I think. So
Nuremberg, I think are they in the Bundesliga League 2?
Yeah, so let's not get too gassed. Jesus a good player, yes. Is he gonna be this clinical striker that Arsenal think? No, because if you look at the advanced stats, he underperformed his XG by like 20 goals or being at Man City, so he's not the most clinical of finishers. But seeing a couple of the highlights, I did like his link up with Nketiah, and I want to see if Arteta will play both of them at the same time. That would be interesting to see. But yeah, I think he will be. I think he will be good. I kind of see what Arsenal is trying to do, like the fluid front three with Jesus and maybe Nketiah and Saka, or maybe Martinelli coming in as well. Even though I don't rate him that highly, but Arsenal, it is going to come where Arsenal fans call him R9 or something soon. It's going to happen because they gas up everyone at some point. So, yeah.
This is the latest on Lewandowski. Just moving on from Arsenal. Lewandowski would prefer a transfer to Barcelona or Chelsea instead of staying at Bayern. I've seen that CF Bayern guy. He's is he in the is he? Yeah, he's quite reliable when it comes to news. What's the situation with Lewandowski and Bayern? Is he just tired of being at Bayern or anything like that? Dave, we're not today. I think we're just gonna keep it to me and Mike's for now. To be fair, man, we're gonna have times where we're gonna get you guys on. Trust me, I promise you. So, yeah, man. So definitely gonna get you on. Obviously, apologies for last time on the what's it called, the fan hopping. So obviously the call-in show and everything. trying to keep it to about an hour as well. We just want questions quick fire, and obviously people want to get on with their days, and obviously I appreciate anyone that's here. Make sure you're smashing that like button. I like to call these guys yesterday, Mike's the ratio kings, because I swear down it.
So
The views to the likes are great. So if you haven't done that, make sure you double check that. But Daniel was saying obviously just before that, the issue with Jesus at City is inconsistency with his finishing. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I can see that. Obviously, that's everyone's big flaw with Jesus in his finishing. But what about the stuff he does bring to the table? Kas made breaking news on Christian Eriksen set to undergo his medical shortly and could yet join Man United's tour in Melbourne. But what journalist or ITK at that reported that, Abraham? Let me know about that, man. Zohe, Tuchel played a 4-3-3 for one game, got slapped up 5-2 by West Brom and went back to a 3-4-3. Yeah, because he realised probably what defenders he might have had. He had Thiago Silva. You had to fit in Thiago Silva. Obviously, though, not a statement signing, but one of the older heads in the game. He wouldn't have went to Chelsea if he wasn't promised his game time. So, and Tuchel is more known for his 3-4-3. When the last time he played 4-3-3? Dortmund?
PSG, he played a couple. At PSG, he like flip-flopped.
Okay, sometimes yeah. I always saw Marquinhos coming into the DM role for Tuchel.
He actually played in DM. He actually played at DM. Like, it wasn't even as a center back. Like, he started at DM.
What you saying, Dave? No Kas. What you mean no Kas?
I think you meant for like hopping in on call.
Oh, hopping in. Man. Rob Dawson is saying that I don't believe anything that comes out of that guy's mouth whatsoever, man. I can't lie. Every time he says stuff, he's a bit of a flip flop himself.
Oh, for the Eriksen news?
Yeah, man. I don't believe Rob Dawson. I don't believe ESPN in general.
No, I hear you on that. I mean, I do think his medical is soon though. Like it has. I don't know if it's today soon.
I reckon it's just a big gamble. Do you believe that Arsenal doesn't get any DM cover that they will suffer next season?
I mean, yeah. I mean, all the debates going on. I'm gonna say allegedly, very specifically with what's going on with a certain player, they do need a DM cover. I don't know if they're gonna get one. Also, they have this youth player Patino, if you know about him, Charlie Patino.
Oh yeah, they played him last season, didn't they? A couple times in was it the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup?
He did get dunked on by Garner during the FA Cup. I just want to put that out there. He did get dunked on by Garner in that game. Put that out there, but he is a very promising player. I do like the way he plays. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets any minutes. Lokonga as well.
I don't know. I don't think a lot of fans agree with Lokonga, you know. So, but yeah, guys, get your questions in. Get all your questions in. Sid's, he's saying this. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a link with Tielemans. Maybe they use Elneny. I can't. Look, the thing is with Arsenal, even if they do get Tielemans in, I get Partey could definitely do that role. Obviously, considering he's playing next season. So, on that note, I just can't really. Even then, I feel like he's an 8, and I just can't see Arsenal going in that season, going for top 4 with Xhaka and Elneny as their flipping DMs. Like, I just don't see it personally. I just think it's a recipe for disaster, and it's gonna bite them in the ass at some point. Yes, Kas, honey, I'm sat watching Lovely, but really poorly. And bless you, man. I hope you get well soon. Full Ball says, who do you think is getting Lisandro Martinez between United and Arsenal?
Us. It has to be us. Like we already convinced him today. The same people in Argentina that say he chose us a couple of days ago said that he's really pushing for the move. Ajax are the ones that are holding it back because, of course, why wouldn't they hold it back? Because who doesn't love transfer sagas with Man United in the 21st century? So
there was stuff obviously with Yap Stam talking on him as well. On ADNL by the Sport Witnesses. He said. Oh yeah, he says he's. By the way, for people that don't know, he said, "I've become a fan of this. I think he's a fantastic guy with good temperament and a winning mentality for trainers. Those are great players to work with. He's very skilled in creating the passing. The more he has such players, the more Erik ten Hag can keep the ball, and the less he encounters as in counterattacks. So, yeah, man, I think he chooses. It's just a no-brainer. I think Arsenal have lost out on this one, and I think they kind of accepted they've lost out on this one. And he wouldn't be able to use that DM either. He was told that he was going to be used at left back. But Man United news is quite boring. If I'm being honest, it's the same stuff all over and over again. I'm still quite frustrated that we're not even linked to a striker, let alone with his Ronaldo rumours. And we're not even linked to a flipping DM out of all places. So big up Fraser in the building. Big up Mo as well, Moman in the building. Where do you think De Jong ends up after this window? So just
United.
last little recap. It's United, man. It's not Chelsea, man. Fraser, you think he's gonna go Chelsea? What's it called? Todd Bowley went over to Barcelona to talk about De Jong. I don't think it is. Sentiment is the last worries of Chelsea. It's the last worries for Chelsea right now. You don't need attackers, and you don't need defenders, bro. And you can't do more than one deal at once. This is not what's it called? It's not FIFA career mode. This is not FM where you can do loads of deals at once. It just don't work. So yeah, man. I big up Gaetano. Let me know how you feel. He's a Juventus fan. How do you feel about Pogba returning? How do you feel about Jorginho incoming potentially? Obviously, Di Maria just signed for them as well. And apparently they're interested in Zaniolo.
It's my guy.
But Roma want like 50 to 60 million for the guy. But then I'm seeing Roma getting linked with Zaha. I'm thinking,
I was like, that came out of left field,
Huh?
That came out of left field. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I wouldn't see that coming. Zaha under Mourinho, I'm not too sure, man. Ronaldo should not play for United again. He's a disgrace. Well, is he a disgrace? Is it actually true? Do you believe all the Ronaldo stuff? Because I don't.
Bro, at this point, I was on Grizzlies channel talking about it yesterday. I'm like, bro, at this point with Ronaldo, it's like, it's either you like are fully with him and like just hate the club, or you just don't like him at all. It's just like, it's gone too far on both sides. I'm just in the middle. I'm like, yo, if he wants to leave, let him go and just get it over with. Just make sure you get a replacement in. That's it with me. But I think he stays because I don't think United will sell to Chelsea. There is no chance that they sell Cristiano Ronaldo to another Premier League club unless Chelsea pay a premium for him, which at that point I feel fine with that. I'm like, we got the best possible price for a 38-year-old. And no one abroad really wants him. Some fake reporter said something about PSG today, but Luis Campos does not like signing old people. He wants to sell Neymar, just to start with. So why would he sign Ronaldo?
He wants to sell Neymar, but is Neymar going to go anywhere? Probably not. Probably not.
Wish he came to us.
Why is he going to come to us? Why you never come to us, innit? Anyone that's joining, make sure you hit that like button, get your questions in. This is a Q&A, so do get your questions in. Zavoy, if he's still around, I'll get him in because I forgot about his time zone, obviously. So I did tell him I'll get him at some point. So yeah, man. If he's there, I've messaged you on Twitter, so let me know, man. If Chelsea gets Rafinha somehow, do you rate Sterling, Havertz, and a Rafinha lineup? I think it's a good start for a season, but that whole Havertz part bugs me out, man. I just don't think it's a weird one. I don't know if Havertz and Rafinha would link up very well. They probably do, but
I like it's weird because like you got two wingers that kind of like will like to play with like a traditional striker. I feel like I feel like Lukaku, funnily enough, would have worked best with these two wingers, which is ironic in itself.
I don't think Lukaku works with Tuchel though. That's just the way it works.
That's the problem. But because based on with Sterling, his best seasons were with Aguero, right? He was like a traditional number 9 that occupies center backs. So then again, Lukaku's not even a traditional 9 because that guy just likes being a transitional striker. So yeah, it's fair enough. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
You just expect him to take that next jump.
I've got what's it called? I've got Matt coming in, aka Zavoy. He's got some very he's like a Kepa stand, right? He's in the background now. He's only got about half an hour, so I'm making some this is a lot about Chelsea right now. I'm gonna bring him in. Obviously, big up you, man. Obviously, I know you're in a different time zone. I forget about that, man. So I did say I'll get you on at some point.
No, it's not so good. I always just like to come around. I was up now. I just finished Lewis's stream. So I was just on. I was just around. I saw you live. I'm like, oh, if you need me, I'll jump on. But yeah, I heard you, Kepa Stan. I don't understand that.
I have no idea.
I just appreciate my players.
He might go in the one. He probably might go down as the worst goalkeeper in Premier League history of all times in terms of flops.
No. Yeah, this guy's won more trophies individually than you've won.
It's got to be him or Karius for me, man. I'm sorry, but it's just that's for me, man. But I'm gonna go back to that question. How do you rate this lineup? This is your Chelsea fan, so.
If Chelsea gets Rafinha somehow, how do you rate Sterling, Havertz, Rafinha? That's great, fantastic. I'm a big fan of Sterling and Rafinha. Havertz as well, great. Havertz isn't a proper striker. Tuchel doesn't play with proper strikers. Havertz is a player who can fall in deep, plays a false nine, plays a striker. He's great for it. Is he the perfect role? No, but we can't have a 100% perfect window. For me, I would love to get Ronaldo up front, to be fair with you. I would love a Ronaldo up front next to Sterling and Rafinha. But Sterling and Rafinha is still great on the wings. Sterling's a player, you can dribble a couple past players and have a shot. And Rafinha, he's the creator. Rafinha can dribble 3-4 players, lay it off to Havertz, lay it off to here, and Havertz will get it in. But Havertz isn't the ideal striker. But
will he get it in? Oh.
That's the thing. As I said, 70% of the time I get in. But I like Havertz, but I don't think he's a striker. He's not my ideal striker. My ideal striker would be to get a Ronaldo in or someone like that. But we can't have a perfect 10 out of 10 window.
No, so you're saying it's not going to be squeaky clean for Chelsea then?
Our attack's not going to be 10 out of 10. I think it's still a massive up. People don't realize how bad our attack was this season. Our attack was probably, out of the top 6, the worst attack. Probably, I don't know about yours, but we had a very shit attack. Maybe same level, a bit above, but ours was garbage. Like, we were horrible. We had Lukaku up front, Mount, who's not a front three, and then we had informed Werner and all these other bums. So this is a massive upgrade. Rafinha, Sterling, Havertz. I can see him progressing as a striker. If there's a manager do it, it's Tuchel. Tuchel's a manager to progress players in a different position that they don't play him. He's done it with the wing backs. He's done it with our midfielders. He's a player who can progress Havertz as a striker. So we can see what he does. He's still very young. He can still progress as a striker. We'll see. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Okay, fair enough. You know what I don't mind though? You guys are meant to be ratio kings. I'm seeing 30 likes to 37 people watching. It's growing every time, man. Ratio kings, get that likes going. Get it going. 39 is growing. Get it up. 40 guys, get the likes up. I'm not demanding it, but you lot got a reputation in this Never Foul community. So I'm gonna go through a couple more questions. Neil James says, "What happened with the late Liverpool bid for Sterling?" I don't think that was ever in question. Was it? It was more of a hopeful thing. More of a hopeful thing. You know what? Imagine if they did get Sterling back.
That could be something.
I think it'd be dangerous.
Guess what? I think that's not happening. That's not happening. I don't think they ever bid for Sterling. I don't think they ever. It was always Chelsea.
Gaetano is a Juventus fan. He's the only Juventus fan I know. Many Juventus fans are happy with Pogba's return. We are excited for Di Maria, and Zaniolo is a Juventus fan and is a good player. We're seeing both Jorginho and Paredes. Wow, so Allegri's building something. He's building something again. You know what? Conte built up that team, in my opinion, that Juventus team, and as soon as he left, he absolutely destroyed them as well at the same time. But do you guys think that Ten Hag will use Martial next season? Absolutely. I think he uses it big time. If anyone, in my opinion, suits a Ten Hag striker for what he wants, it actually does scream Martial. It's all on Martial to think if he can buck up his ideas and attitude, because he's got the ability at the end of the day, don't you think? I'm not gonna say, do you think, Michael? I know your opinion on him already. What about Matt? Matt, what's your opinion on Martial? Does he get fired under
Martial? This guy's garbage. This guy.
I think he's perfect. I think he's perfect for Tuchel, if I'm being honest.
He's
sorry. I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't know how, because you guys, if say you lose Ronaldo, then he would have to play. Didn't you guys lose Cavani as well? Haven't you lost Cavani?
Yeah.
That's a great thing though.
Thank God for that. He'd go be a part-time farmer somewhere else. Telling me.
So your only option up front is Martial.
Well, we got Rashford as well, but and Rashford as well. He might be used up front, but we don't know. What about Leno? Arsenal's. I'm gonna get every question in. Obviously, big up Jamie Phillips. Any questions for Liverpool? Get them up. Jamie Phillips is in here to back any sort of discredit. What about Leno? Arsenal sold Martinez, who's a decent sign that flop. Now they've played. That is so funny. You know that. That's what they actually. That's actually. I didn't even think of this. They sold Martinez to Aston Villa, who I think is a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale and Leno. They kept Leno, and then they got Ramsdale in for how much?
30 mil.
30 mil? 30 million. The whole English thing, I don't know, but I know Martinez has been around for a long time. He could even apply for his English citizenship. So yeah, man, he's going to Fulham, isn't he? Not Leno.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So as far as I know, bear with me. Correct me if I'm wrong as well, Matt, because I'm pretty sure you know these are your rivals. Fulham have got Paulinho now. They're getting Pereira, which I don't think it's not a bad signing for them. They're getting a Leno in the back. I'm pretty sure. What other signs are Fulham getting?
Let me check.
There's some Mitrovic, or did they lose him as well? I think they still have him.
No, Mitrovic, he's still there. Of course he is, man. He's a championship warrior, but he might be.
Oh, they got Nico Williams. Oh no, he was not. That was last year. Never mind.
No. Nottingham Forest got Nico Williams. I think he'll do quite well actually at Nottingham Forest. It's his position is right there, man. He's got amount of abundance of ability to show what he can do. Do I think he's going to be a top of his game? No. One sec. Yeah, sorry, I sneezed. The hay fever's coming out. Chelsea fan is not plastic. He actually cares. So smash the like. So obviously big up that man. It's good. What is a plastic Chelsea fan? Describe to me in the comments. What's a plastic Chelsea fan?
You know, I don't want to say it, but it's just the people. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it. People who just like a specific player or players.
A specific player. So like Kepa.
No one likes Kepa. It's a lot of just people who just come on after we won the Champions League. But we don't really have plastics anymore. You know, we don't. I don't think we're gonna have as many anymore.
Chelsea's on Koulibaly.
He goes Juve. I think he goes Juve.
Well, at the moment we are eyeing him. You know, we've made Ake as our primary, not our primary, but as our first centre back option. Tuchel wants 3 centre backs. We've still got Koundé, De Ligt, Kimpembe, and Koulibaly on our list. So we're going to get 2 of them. That's what Tuchel wants. Bowie's intrigued to get 2 of them. We'll see what happens. But Koulibaly is one of those players. But we've just paid 45 million for Ake when Koulibaly is worth 40 million. So we'll see what happens. But it's not looking pretty.
Not looking pretty at all. Mike Stanley said 30 mil is enormous for a goalkeeper too. I don't think so. How much did you lot spend on Kepa? 72?
72, but he won us, I think, 4 trophies, I think. He's won us 4 trophies.
Wow.
So
30 mil for a goalkeeper. 30 mil for a goalkeeper is not bad. It's bad for Rams, though.
Maybe. Guys, by the way, keep smashing it. 45 of you was just in here just a minute ago. But please do on 33 likes. Get this up to 50. That's the minimum requirement for a show like this. Obviously, big up Matt for coming on and giving us his insight on Chelsea. It's good like that. Obviously, Liverpool getting 60. I think it was 16 million, but I think if it's 70 million in total for Nico Williams, that's absolute great business. It's like the 10 million for Lavia for Southampton now of someone that's never played Prem ball, basically. I don't think on a consistent basis. What do you make of this deal, Michael?
Not gonna lie, I feel like this league bends over for City and Liverpool just a little because I don't know if you saw that West Ham bid more for Phillips in January than City got him for. So I'm starting to worry that City are becoming like Bayern, like, you know, where the league just like kind of gives them whatever they want. I don't know why I don't know why people are doing that, but yeah, it's weird.
Okay. Jamie, you know what? As it goes, we could do with a Liverpool perspective. Jamie, if you are around still, do let me know. I know you're quite in the know with quite a few things with Liverpool, more than me, anyways. Angel or Angel says, right now, who has the best front 3 in the top 6? This is up for debate.
Spurs.
Bro, I hate to say it, but it's probably on paper it's Spurs.
On paper it's Spurs, so more than City, more than the Liverpool. So if it's that, all right, let's put it like this then. It's either Man City, Liverpool, and Tottenham. You're gonna take currently the front 3 of Spurs of Son, Kane, and who else is it?
Kulusevski
over. You're gonna have him over Haaland, Mahrez, and what left winger can we say now? Grealish or somebody like that. Foden maybe on the left. Or you have Nunes,
on paper.
Nunes, Diaz, or Salah.
See, on paper it's Tottenham. Like on paper, like Son and Kane, Kulusevski, I think they're right. But come game day,
Spurs,
it's Tottenham.
Plus Spurs have like those 3 have chemistry right now. City and Liverpool haven't played with their.
I'm gonna put that as a poll. I'm gonna get that as a poll in the comments. Keep talking about it, but I'm gonna put that as a poll. I want to see who actually thinks he's got the best front 3.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think on paper, yes, as I said, I think it's Spurs. But again, this is like people think. For me, I don't think Spurs wins a trophy this season. It's Spurs. Conte can do all his magic he wants. It's Spurs. They're not going to win a trophy this season. On paper, they've got a fantastic team. They've made great signings, but I don't see him doing anything that they haven't done. Like it's Spurs for me. I don't know. They've just got
Spurs. All right. So people say I'm going to see what people in the comments are going to say as well. Jamie, I'm going to send you a link, by the way. So it's because City pay for players. Get that in. Let's get him in. It's coming your way. Check your Twitter, Jamie.
It's a fair point.
We get that. Yeah, it's a fair point where he's got there. Yeah. So let me do that. Boom, done there. If you do want to jump in, it's there, my guy. If not, you don't have to, of course. But you're saying it's because City pay for players for all upfront money, so they can get players a little cheaper. I suppose they do have an advantage in that. But Daniel's saying City, Foden, Haaland, Mahrez. Behind them, KDB and Bernardo Silva. But we're saying who's got the best front three, not who's got the best midfield and suppliers behind them. Who's got the best front three? Revenite FC, welcome back. I think I see you yesterday. As a Liverpool fan, I rate our front three, but that Spurs front three is mustard. I rate Kane and Spurs so highly. It's Conte just got that team firing in the space of months. I'm not too sure. I would like to see the statistics of how, since Conte joined, if anyone does have any statistics, who have got the most goals out of those three, including obviously Mane at the time. What team scored the most in that period when he did join? When did he join? December?
November.
January?
November?
January?
I thought it was January.
I thought it might have been January. It might be January, no?
He got hired right after Spurs sacked Nuno. That was in October when we played.
But they didn't get they didn't get the manager straight away, did they?
No, they did. I don't think they even had an interim, you know.
Yeah. Spurs also have Richarlison as well as backup. That's not a backup.
Oh, he's ass.
Yeah, do get your questions in for me, Mike's, and Matt.
November.
So, yeah, man. If you haven't, guys, 50 of you in here, please do smash the like, 33 and counting. Just double check for us. Likes go a long way. It goes a long way. Believe me, more than getting a subscriber. And obviously, subscribers obviously get notified to know when we're back on. But at the same time, even if you're not subscribed right now, please do smash the like button and obviously subscribe. So I'm going to see the poll right now, what we're on, right? So according to this poll, Spurs 45%, City on 40%, so 20 votes, and Liverpool with a small 15%. He's busy with the kids' dad duty. Yeah, fair enough. Nunes, I'm going to throw that question. Before I get to some other questions, Nunes, does he come firing? Because remember, he's in a system where I get it. He's 85 million. He's had one great season. Along that note. Wait, give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so he's Nunes. Huh? Yeah, I'm hungry, bro. What's it called? Nunes comes into a Liverpool squad that's obviously settled. There's not been many additions except for that right back. Then you got Nunes is just Liverpool scouting system superior to a lot of recruitment. Other than Man City, Liverpool, they're on par with each other in terms of recruitment. They're not just going to go out there and scout someone who's going to be a bum, in my opinion. The only person that you can say has been a bum signing for them is who? Keita? But even he suited them to a degree. Minamino, yeah, but that was a cheap, quick one. But I think Ox even played his role at a certain point for Liverpool when he was... we can always say that what ifs and stuff, but like, I reckon I'm kind of changing my thoughts about stuff on Nunes. I reckon he gets quite a few numbers next season. The only thing is they don't have that player that drops deep into that midfield where they could lack a lot of going forward if they don't get this centre mid. But I just reckon even if Nunes don't work out, they still got Jota. And I know a lot of Liverpool fans are not keen on Jota, but you put Jota up front, I'm telling you now, he's clutching some goals. And he can act as that number 9 if they want to really go for a proper number 9. What do you guys think on the whole Nunes thing? Does he come firing, or is it just
how much was it? 85? 85 was it?
Something like that. Yeah, in pounds, something like that. So
they've lost, I think, Mane, which was probably one of their best attackers. I think he's a more hardworking person than Salah. They've got Jota. Jota's, I think, very good signing as well. But Nunes is playing in a leading role. You're a striker, leading role. We had a leader striking role with Lukaku last season. Look how that worked out. Our attack was one of the worst, as I said. He has to come in and step up immediately. Will he do that? Diaz did it. Jota did it. That's why I see him possibly doing it. But I also look at him and how he's performed in the Portuguese league. I don't see one season and him being worth 85 million. And I can't say if buts and no. I don't have a magic ball in my hand to dictate how he will perform with them surrounding him. But looking at what he's done in the Portuguese league, I don't see him coming and progressing those same qualities in the Premier League as well as he did it in the Portuguese league. So I don't think he does very, very well, to be honest.
All right. What about you, Mike? So I'm gonna say, give me an average of how many goals he would score next season. I reckon I think he scores straight off the bat.
All comps?
Yeah, all right, go on. All comps. How much? No. Actually, no. Forget that. I want to know in the Prem.
14. I've learned to not underestimate Klopp and his attackers because he will get goals out of his attackers somehow. I don't know if like tap-ins, rebounds, they just like score the most scrappy goals you'll ever see in your life. So I've learned not to underestimate them.
14. Guys, do get your questions in and your statements. So I'm going to quickly go down on the thing on Jota. People sleep on Jota, which is mad. 20 goals last season. Yeah, fair enough. Rever Knight as well, another Liverpool fan says, nobody knew a lot about him. And he gets goals for fun. I wouldn't put it past Nunes to get 20 goals minimum. That's a big statement, you know. Are we talking about Rever Knight? Let me know if that's in all comps. Because in all comps, I can see 20 goals. I can see it. But in the Prem alone, in his first season, I don't think he hits the heights like
he's a great finisher. I've never seen someone finish past Alisson that easily. Like he just banging them in.
K-Show, I think he's a Man United fan, according to that thing. Richarlison cost 60 million. He's got the 9. Can't be a backup. I think he still goes as a backup. But did they put Son on the right, Richarlison on the left, and then But you got to remember, Conte doesn't even play with front three. He plays a 5-3-2. I got notified this yesterday by a Moment, he's an Inter fan, so he knows a lot more about Conte. What he does is actually he plays 5-3-2, but Kulusevski is like that supporting. Basically, Son on the 2 drifts left. He creates a lot of space wide. Kulusevski goes and be in the supporting, basically attacking mid on the right hand side and stuff, and they keep it tight in the middle. That's the way Conte plays. So it's actually a 5-3-2.
Didn't he play 3-4-3 at Chelsea though?
Yeah,
like Hazard and Williams.
That's because he had no choice.
A 5 at the back is technically a 3-4-3. That's what Conte technically plays. He plays with wing back. So, and they did the exact same.
3-5-2, 5-3-2,
with Mason Mount. Yeah, same thing. And Mason Mount, where he drops in the midfield as well, and we'll have supposedly our left wing play more on the wing. So it's the same thing that we kind of do as well. The 3-4-3 is kind of the same position, but who were you saying? Richarlison. That's what Richarlison. As I said, Richarlison, I think he's a free-flowing player. I've said the same thing about Grealish. Grealish is a player you can't play structurally under a manager. Did it for City, he couldn't play it. Richarlison's the same person. He does what the hell he wants. I don't see him taking. He'll take orders from Conte, but will he do it well? No. I don't know what that name's called. It's out of my head. It's too late for me. I think it's free roam player. I don't know the name for it, but it's the opposite of a structural player. I don't know what the name is at the moment.
I think you might have just said it perfectly. A floater, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get your questions in. Get the likes in, guys. I'm gonna take literally 2 seconds and just stop. Look, 56 of you, 60 people in here now. Get the likes on. Come on, Ratio Kings out here. There's a reason why you got that name. Ratio the likes to the viewers, 39 and counting. Every single one is appreciated. I'm gonna try to get everyone up here but basically asking your questions and whatnot, even your statements. Fullball says, football. Who's the better dribbler between Bernardo Silva and Mahrez? Bernardo Silva, bro.
Bernardo. Mahrez is a better skiller. That's about it.
Who's a better dribbler?
Mahrez.
I
say Mahrez. They're both good dribblers, but I think Mahrez. They're both good. That's the thing. Mahrez has, I think, a bit more skill to him, but I think he has that great dribbling too.
I think Bernardo Silva's a lot more close dribbling to him. I think in terms of, I can't even say balance or anything like that. Bernardo's dribbling is ridiculous. I'm going to go back to that poll before I do end it. It looks, oh no. Say who's the best front three? City 39%, 38%. Liverpool creeping up with 26% and Spurs on 35%. I think I'm going to keep that poll running for that little bit longer, guys. So yeah, man, big up that. Wow, yeah, I know. Crazy, isn't it? All right, let's get moving on with some of these questions. Get your questions in. Ask us questions, bro. This is Matt's first time on the channel, obviously. And actually, you know what? We struggle for Chelsea fans. And he can't be here because he's on the other side of the world. So them 10 o'clock shows, he's not here. But Josh Smith, Kenny, Cass, any update on the Lisandro Martinez deal? There was just little things. Me and Mike spoke on that a little bit earlier. There was a Yapstam thing saying he's actually grown to be fond of the player. It only makes sense for him to go to Ten Hag and whatnot. And to me, there's not been much updates, man. Except that they apparently Ajax want more money, but I reckon that's a tactic for them to reel in Arsenal to see if they're going to throw in another bid. They said they want 50 million euros. We gave them 50 million euro package, and it's apparently in there, but they haven't declined it or accepted it. So I'm not too sure. What I'm going to ask you, Matt, as well. What does this mean for Man United or Arsenal if they do secure Lisandro Martinez? Are you going to be like, okay, then cool, okay, if that, or do you think he's going to be a bum?
You know, it makes me happy that to the point I kind of wish he leaves so Lukaku can be a bit upset because him and Lukaku are best friends. So great for him to leave there. Martinez in the Premier League, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. He normally plays with 2 up front. Wait, is this the Inter Milan Martinez we're talking about?
No,
which Martinez we talking about?
Lisandro Martinez, the Ajax man.
I've no clue who that is. I'm sorry. I've no who.
Oh, there you go then. Lissandro. You know
I was
what?
saying
Never mind,
Lissandro.
bro.
I'm like, hang on. I'm like Lissandro Martinez. Wait, who the hell's Lissandro?
If you
Wait,
don't
who
know,
is
you don't
this?
know,
Hang
man.
on. I have no clue.
Chelsea fans in their own bubble as per usual, man. If you think you're gonna get Anthony Martinez in a double deal,
No,
I don't
everyone
think
will
so.
know,
No
but
chance.
I only have time to watch Premier League. Really, and I don't watch the Dutch league. I've don't know any Dutch players.
Busy.
I've
But
no
guys,
clue who this is.
again, appreciate all the likes. Gone up to 45, get up to 50, and so forth. It's the minimum requirement. It's very hot in the UK right now, and I'm not joking. I don't really want to go more red than I already have been going. Actually, to be fair, I don't really burn anymore, or anything. I suppose it's the Spanish. My family kind of just helps me go a lot more brown than the average man. But yeah, man. Moving on to the next question. I've got a couple stars. Sid asked us earlier, what do you think if we can go back to a 4-3-3? He's a Chelsea fan, bear in mind. Tuchel back to a 4-3-3 next season?
I mean, it will be great. I would prefer it if we can secure like a De Jong. I think Jorginho can play that lone CDM role, but not for a 50-game season. He's not the only one to do it. We cannot play Kante in the CDM in 2022. We cannot do it. I don't know why people keep thinking we can. And we don't need to spend a big money on centre backs. We can limit instead of getting 3-2. And we can play the strikers and the attackers in their natural position. Mount can play as an 8, Kovacic can play as an 8. More players will be structured in a natural position, which would be great. But I prefer either or. If Tuchel goes to a 3-4-3, that's fine by me. If we go to 4-3-3, that's fine by me. But we'll see what Tuchel decides at the end of the transfer window when we get all the players in.
Thiago Silva in the back four doesn't cut the mustard for me. What about you, Max?
I kind of get there, like with the midfield. I agree with that aspect. Kovacic is better as an 8. Mount, same with Mount. And then Jorginho can't play the low 6. He did it under Sarri for like multiple years, so it is possible. But like you said, he can't do it for a 50-game season because that guy is as slow as Gary the Snail from SpongeBob, so he's not the fastest player in the world.
It's more he was playing on painkillers for half the season last season, so he just had an occurring injury problem. That's pretty much it.
He's still slow though. I've seen that
he's
guy.
Slow. I know he's slow, but he's a top 3 Ballon d'Or contender.
That's Fugazi still. That's Fugazi still. That they robbed my boy Benz for that. That was crime heist of the century. But yeah, with the center back, I do Thiago. It depends. If you're gonna play with a very high line 43, yeah, Thiago Silva will get found out because as good as he is IQ wise, awareness defensively, and all that, there is a point where like his legs can't handle it anymore. But if you just play like a standard line 43, then yeah, possibly he could fit in. But I think Tuchel should just stick with the 3-4-3. I think the players have gotten accustomed to it by now. So
and with Thiago Silva as well, I don't think he's going to be a starting player next season. I mean, this season we pushed the limit for him. Playing with 3, he's still a fantastic player. I hope he can play a whole season, but let's be realistic. He's getting very old still, and I don't see him playing off as much. That's why we need to bring in 3 centre backs. We're losing 3 centre backs. We've lost Christina, we've lost Rudiger. Now we're going to lose Azpilicueta. Now we're going to bring in
Christina.
3. Yeah, that's what I call him, Christina. I
agree with that. Yeah,
it's Christina. Just to piss off Lewis as well. Piss off Lewis.
Wow, yeah, he's a big thingy. Yeah, get your questions. It don't have to be just Chelsea or Man United related. Get your Arsenal questions in. Get your Liverpool questions in. Get your Man City questions in. Daps is not here today. He's probably obviously got family stuff going on and whatnot. So big up that. He's got to spend time away from YouTube at the same time. So 46 likes, guys. It's not 50. It's not 50. What are you doing there, bruv? It's not good enough, bruv. But going back to the next questions. How close is Ake to Chelsea?
Nearly done.
I heard I saw personal terms were done.
It's personal terms now. The thing is, we're trying to get the deal with Sterling at the same time, so it's like a marquee signing, double signing. So yeah, so it's pretty much like 90% done. He's going to come to Chelsea.
Yeah, Ake. I mean,
this is money laundering, by the way. This is money laundering by City, by the way. This is ridiculous. Make 40 mil for Ake is ridious.
I think
more than that.
They're just gonna go sign Pau Torres for the same price, and then he's gonna upgrade. It's ridiculous.
I think with Ake, Ake is a class centre back. I think it's good. I don't think he's an S tier. I think he's an A tier. 45 million, way too much. We're giving rivals money to go spend. Give them more money for Cucurella, Torres, whether they're gonna buy. His market value is 25 million euros. So we're paying 10 more million to what City paid. They paid 35 million pounds. We're going to pay them 45 million pounds for a player who hasn't progressed any more higher than he was at Bournemouth in 2018. So it's a bit of we're spending too much. But if Bowie's in for it, Tuchel wants him. bring him in. Us Chelsea fans, we're back in Tuchel. We want to build a team around Tuchel. You guys know we don't build around managers. As soon as a manager flops, we sack him. This is the era where we want to build a team around Tuchel. We want to give Tuchel the players. And if he wants Ake, I'm all for it.
Fair enough. Kas, I honestly believe that Jesus is better than Nunes. Nunes had only one good season in the Portuguese league. Bro, I never said that Nunes was better than Jesus. Jesus has been here, been doing it. Jesus is better than Nunes because I ain't seen much of Nunes to really give a proper insight on him. So, yeah, man, obviously. So that's that. Obviously, I saw that as well. Who will leave Chelsea this summer? I think Jorginho and Ziyech is out on the way out.
Alonso,
Jorginho. The thing, so we're losing. We've obviously lost our two centre backs. Alonso's pretty much nearly done. It's just if Barcelona can afford him, 13 million. That's all we're asking for. Aspi's nearly gone. Tuchel wants him out. 30 million. That's how much we're asking. Ziyech is gone. Jorginho, I would not get rid of. We cannot get rid of this man because this man is our only structural defensive midfielder in our pairing. If we get rid of him, we bring in Dion. That's great, but we still need a Jorginho for our captaincy. If we lose Aspilicueta, we still need a captain for one season. I personally want to bring in Ligt, get Ligt comfortable, give him the captaincy season after, but we still need a captain in our team. We're losing Aspilicueta, Thiago Silva's not going to play a 50 game season. Jorginho's the only one who can handle it. I'll personally put Jorginho as captain over Thiago Silva. So I need Jorginho in the team. No, Mason. No,
Mr. Chelsea. Damn.
No. He ain't a captain.
How are United fans so calm with getting Ronaldo out? Have you seen how many players you need, and yet your board's still taking age to sign a player, McFred, and a ton of overrated players, bro? As United fans, go on, do your thing.
Let me talk about because Twitter pissed me off today with United fans need to relax. It's just preseason. Just be positive for once in your lives because this LUHG Twitter, Love United, Hate Glazers, has become Hate United, Hate Glazers. Because people were posting that video today of Bruno vlogging the preseason trip on the plane. And people said, the vibes look good in the squad. The players look happy. And they're these players aren't fighting for top 4. Why are you being happy? Bro, they're just professional human beings. They just want to – it's preseason. Obviously, people shouldn't be happy with the transfer window because we haven't got enough players in. But it's a new season. We have a new and upcoming manager in Erik ten Hag that will change the philosophy of this club that we have known. So just be excited for once. Be patient. It's going to get worse before it gets better. We have to fix everything from the top to the bottom. And it's not going to be a quick fix. We can't do everything in one season. We don't have a head of recruitment. Murtaugh is still inexperienced. It's not going to be the best season, but as long as Ten Hag shows a philosophy and that we're taking a progress in that aspect, it will be fine. That's all I got to say.
And hit that like button if you haven't, guys. Just double check the thumb. Double check the thumb if it's there. Nearly on 50, 51 as it goes. So can we get this to 75? That's the next part. So if you are here, just do it. Even if you leave in the next 30 seconds, please. So yeah, man. Next question from Fullball, getting them down one by one. Who's a better passer? Who's a better passer between? That's easy. That's Kroos.
Tony Kroos.
Kroos is a playmaker for a reason.
100%.
He's a dictator of the game. I'm sorry, it's been that Real Madrid since 2013, that 13-14 season when Moyes wanted him. Didn't get there, but what could have been? What could have happened with this club, boy? Regardless, though, yeah, man. Kroos, we're all in agreement. Kroos. What about guys in the comments? Kroos.
100% Kroos.
Kroos. There you go, man. I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna check this poll. So it's running back in Spurs' favor. 58 votes. 38% think Spurs have the better front three than City on 36. Liverpool on 26 hasn't budged. So you guys, I'm gonna keep it. It's quite close, man. I'm gonna keep it running until the end of the stream. Who's winning the PL and UCL next season?
Ooh, that's
I'm saying. I think City's winning the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the UCL, I can't put a finger on it, and I still don't think it's going to be City. I just don't.
I don't know who will win it.
I refuse.
I think this is the year that Paris break their little duck.
PSG, I'm going to say Real Madrid have a great chance of doing it again. They're bringing in Tchouaméni. They're bringing in a better midfield. They're bringing in just better, basically. And they still got Ancelotti at the end of the day.
I can see Chelsea possibly getting close. Because we were very close this last season. We technically bet Madrid. We just... Okay, I got to... Mason, I was going to say calling Mason now. Mason gave me Jorginho. I need is too slow on the ball. I get he's slow, that's a weakness. But when you've got other midfielders Madison, who's coming out and respecting De Jong, who these players, they come out and they go, Jorginho is one of the best midfielders in progressing the ball. You know, for a DM that people say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Jorginho is fantastic for progressing the ball from the back to the front. That's what makes him a
He needs
great
legs
midfielder.
around
That's
him. He
why,
needs legs around him though, and I don't think he's suited in a two-man midfield. He's I think he's a
I mean,
a single pivot player. Single pivot player needs a Kante around him. Just needs legs around him basically.
That's what he does. He needs a presser. So he plays where he sits back. He needs a cover. That's why we had the word Jovicic.
Like a Pirlo, basically.
Yeah, a pillar,
Yeah.
you can call him a pillar, but where he'll sit back and Kovacic will press. Yes, it's more work for Kovacic, but that's the job. That's the point of. And then Jorginho will just focus on the defense role. Jorginho's not a presser, unfortunately. I wish, yes, he could be, because if he was a bit faster, if he was fast, he had the legs on him. If he had a bit of strength, he would be one of the best midfielders in the world. But he doesn't have that. But he makes up for it. I get it. Yeah, he has to be in a certain position, this and that. But he's still a fantastic player. A lot of rivals actually respect Jorginho way more than us. Players come out, managers come out, how much they respect Jorginho. I just don't get a lot of this Jorginho. I understand he's slow and all this, but he just progresses his passes, the structure, the slower, he slows the game.
I don't think he's in love with England either anymore. The whole thing. I think
Lampard killed it for him.
Italian, Brazilian, if you want to call it, they just want to go back. They always end up going back to Italy. They just never want to leave Italy. It's just the way it is, man. It's the way of life over there.
I think Lampard ruined it for him as well.
Yeah, potentially.
He was disrespected, but yeah.
Yeah. Question: Power Torres to Spurs. I haven't seen much because of Lenglet coming in left. I don't think this is going to happen anymore because they got a left-footed centre back in Lenglet. So I'm gonna have to deny that one. Don't think it happens, my friend. I think Power Torres stays put in Villarreal. So that's just my keynote on that. Back on Jamie Phillips asked us a while back. Obviously, just going through the questions. Make sure you smash that like, people, if you just joined. Now Salah signed and he has the winter off. He's gonna be fresh, by the way. So is Haaland. Off because no World Cup. Who scores more, Salah or Haaland? Salah, bro. I think Salah's easy. I think he has one of the best. Mo pointed this out correctly, and he's just changed my mind a little bit. I think Salah probably has his best season this season, ever.
I don't think he tops 17, 18.
Yeah, I reckon Salah has his best season this season.
I think this will be Liverpool's. I think Liverpool will drop this season compared to last season. I don't think they play as well as last season. I feel like they drop.
Yeah, I suppose so. There was a question I didn't bring up earlier. I think I unstarred it by accident as well. Where do Chelsea finish the season?
I say in top 4. For me, Premier League.
With the current squad now.
If we don't make any signings, say we make no signings, we'll be top 10, 10th Europa League, Conference League, because that team's garbage. But what
if you just get Sterling in? Assuming that's pretty much done.
He ain't gonna do much either, man. Yeah, man. We still need defenders. Imagine Malangsa, Chalobah, and Thiago Silva with no cover for the rest of the season. Can you imagine? Maybe Cole will. But yeah, man. Revenite, next question. Would you have taken Ake, Kas? No. Not for that price. Josh Smith, A1 is... he says, I doubt they need a replacement. They have Cole Palmer coming through. Oh, so we're talking about... So on a Sterling thing, obviously, Pep, if he likes a youngster, he comes into the squad. Cole Palmer for left wing, I'm not too sure. I need a bit more of an in-depth thing. I don't know if he's going to be around next season. Do you know much about Cole Palmer, anyone? One of the City youngsters?
I don't know about Cole Palmer, but he doesn't play. He's a striker. He's not a winger.
Right winger.
So,
for me,
I've always known him as a striker. I've seen him play striker a couple of times. I've never seen him play on the wing.
So Jamie Phillips, do Chelsea fans worry about Spurs? I think you kind of mentioned it earlier.
On paper, yes. Come on the field, no. As I said, Spurs aren't going to win any trophies this season. This is going to be the same Spurs we see every year. Jose Mourinho could turn over. Okay, Conte has some of his players fantastic.
This is Conte though, man.
Conte is one of my favorite managers. I love him, but this is Spurs. This is always fun the way just to drop out. Like I don't see it on paper. Fantastic team they've got come together on the pitch. They got a Perisic, 33-year-old, trying to run up and down the pitch as a left wing back. Good for him. They got Longley at the back. They made good signings. Basuma, backup Richarlison, whatever, Kulusevski, whatever his name is. Great signings there. On paper, great. Come on the pitch. No, I don't see it.
Okay, fair.
I'm not worried.
Not worried. So they're not worried. No one's ever worried about Spurs. Is it because it's a typical Spursy thing? Maybe.
As us Chelsea fans would say, Spurs.
Who will play right back for United, Michael? Delo? Question mark. I'm saying Ethan Laird, bro. I think
yeah,
he
you
gets
know
a
what?
spot.
I might as
Ethan
well
Laird gets a
just
spot.
I don't like Dalot. I don't like Wan-Bissaka, so yeah, just go Ethan Laird.
I think Ethan Laird gets his chance this season, and I think he impresses in pre-season as well. So that's my bit. I like this question a lot from Josh Smith. He says, "Who are the dark horses next season?"
In terms of what?
Yeah, in terms of what, Josh? Let's say the team to impress the most. I think there's an obvious one. There's a big obvious in Newcastle.
We say that, but they haven't made that many signings yet.
True. Actually, have they even made any signings?
Sven Botman only.
Because teams are they don't want to pay that Newcastle premium price right now. They don't want to be taken as fools in the market. So
yeah, they've got a long way to go still. Sven Botman's definitely a class signer for them. But they do need probably quite a bit.
They need an attacker.
Yeah. I can't see that. I don't think you can do another season of Joe Linton in centre mid either. I think it'd be a good option to have, but I don't know. Who would you say? All right, in your opinion, who's going to be the dark horses for next season? Who's going to impress you the most? What about guys in the comments as well? Who's going to impress you the most?
Oh, they got Nick Pope as well. First.
Okay, first. So can't you not?
If Brighton keep Cucurella, if they somehow keep Cucurella, then I'll say Brighton because I think they got a couple strikers they added.
Really, Cucurella? Brighton. I'm gonna say that's your final decision. Brighton's gonna be your dark horses. Fair enough. If they can keep Cucurella, which I don't think happens. I'm gonna say Aston Villa, man. I think they do well this season. I think they do a lot better than last season. I think they got quite a few signings that I just can't dismiss in Kamara at DM and whatnot. So
but I gotta look at the teams. I can't think of a dark horse, to be fair with you. I can't think of one. I don't know.
Nottingham Forest, maybe. They've got two new wing backs. They got Dean Henderson. They got a new striker.
They could possibly stay up. I'll give them that. I think Nottingham Forest can possibly stay up.
Southampton.
They have no chance. I was thinking that, but nah.
Nah, no one's feeling Southampton. What about
West
guys? I'm gonna go. They just bought a Gerd, that centre back from Rennes. Was it Rennes? I think it was Rennes who had a class season, by the way. They're linked with Danjuma, which I think would be a very good season. Palace. I like how you say it. I like that one. That's only if they get Gallagher back, in my opinion, though, on loan.
Yeah, Gallagher will dictate after preseason. Yeah,
they signed Decore, right?
Check Decore as well. Cold centre back, DM centre mid can do it all, man. Class. I don't know where they're gonna pay him though. Next to Guy, or they're gonna pay. I think he comes in for DM personally. I think they've. Milivojevic, has he left yet? Anyone? Is he still there?
Is this Everton's Decore?
No. It's a different one. It's a youngster. He's definitely one to watch. And something I'm watching are these like 65, 10 away from 75 guys. This is why I call you guys ratio kings. I'm appreciating it, but we're 10 away for the next target. So double check that finger, that thumb, so forth, and just get lit, man.
All those guys are still there. They said
Zaha might be leaving as well. Yeah, damn. So yeah, man. By the way, City are back in front with the poll on who's got the best front three out of City, Spurs, and Liverpool. 72 votes. Big up you guys, man. Keep voting, man. I want to see these votes by the end of this stream. Big up, obviously, Matt for coming on short notice as well. I wasn't going to really do it, but I think it's when you're doing these question things, you need another representative of a club. I've kind of noticed you can't just have like two Man United, two Arsenal, something like that. Really and truly, if I'm going to get questions next time, I might just do where you get 5 on, let's say Spurs, Man United, City, so forth and so forth. It makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to move on to the next question. Do get your questions in. That's a good question, Sid. I'll bring that up soon. A lot of people saying Southampton. Crystal Palace is going to be the dark horse. I'm going to bring this one. Dark horses in terms of progressing up the tables, the cup comps, or even winning a trophy. Maybe dark horses to win a Prem if City and Liverpool drop off. I'm gonna throw Man United in the hat as well a little bit. I like how everyone's not really they're all thinking we're going to do bad, and I do hope we might be one of those. No pressure then.
In terms of what, like winning a cup?
Not a cup, but like everyone expects us to do really bad next season. So yeah, man. That was the question from Josh. Who was the dark horse next season for guys in the comments? Like and subscribe. I think you have to subscribe to comment, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but let me know if that's the case. Daniel says, we will do it, Kas. Premier League and Champions League double. Haaland's ringtone is the Champions League ringtone. what, the Champions League where he's never got to a semi-final before. All right. Long story short, let's keep it moving. Arsenal window. All right, this is a good question. Who had a better window so far? Arsenal, Spurs. I'm saying Spurs, man. I think you lot have had a better season. I think you're trying to discredit. I think you're trying to take away the pressure away from Spurs. N17. You're trying to put the underdogs on the Spurs thing and keep all. Arsenal. What do you got? How many signings do Arsenal have this season? 2 or 3? Marquinhos, Pep, Jesus, and Fabio Vieira.
Oh, and that Matt Turner guy, that goalkeeper, who's horrible, by the way. He gave up the stupidest goals yesterday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You could say Saliba's kind of like a new signing for them at the same time as well.
Is he gonna start though?
The way I think he'll get game time next season. They got a lot of games to go through. Remember last season they only had the Prem to focus on and the domestic cup, so it's going to be a lot different for both Spurs, even though their Conference League got knocked out early, and also Arsenal. Would you take De Jong or keep Jorginho? Wow, this is for you then.
I can tell who Mount's fans are by looking at their profile picture, and who I would take. I would personally, I would keep Jorginho. I love De Jong, but I would personally keep Jorginho.
Let
me see this. Gonna keep getting that, guys. Keep hitting that like button. I'm loving it at the moment. 70 with 5 away. Every time I do mention it, you guys keep doing it, man. This is why I'm not joking, Matt. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I've seen Lewis's chat before, and it can get a bit hectic in the comments. Really hectic. But and here we like to keep you have to be respectful. You just get banned, bro. Kicked out. They start saying stuff about people in the comments or on here. You get kicked. We kind of just taken the model of Coppish. They see anything bad, you get removed, man. We don't have none of that in here. So guys, appreciate you all.
This is nothing compared to Lewis's.
Man.
One opinion, you get smacked by the chat. There's a lot of questions rolling through right now. Another 8 to go. That's the question that's done. Sorry, 7 to go. How many goals will Mo Salah score in the Prem? How much did he get? 23 last season. I'm going to say he's going to get 27. I'm going 27. Wow.
I think he doesn't
19.
get 19. Worse.
20,
okay.
21.
21. What about guys in the comments? Do you get 21? Does he get?
And that'll be their top
27
goal scorer as well.
So you reckon he gets under 20 goals?
I think it's
Salah
under.
at 30 years old.
I don't see Salah progressing.
No?
I think that's it. No.
Do you think because
I see maybe stabling?
Is that because Mane's left? Remember the 5 sub rules in place this season. He's going to be fresh.
Mane is a factor.
Think of the Winter World Cup. How many players internationals are going to go there? Salah don't go there this season.
One thing though, Salah just got the new bag, right? What if that motivation? He had such a good season last year because he was playing for that big contract. He just got it.
So you're thinking of the whole Aubameyang thing?
I don't think it'll be that bad. But
I think Klopp keeps him in line, though, man. I think Klopp keeps him in line. Klopp keeps him in line. He keeps the motivation going. He's an energetic character.
I don't see Salah having, the best of work rate compared to Mane. Obviously, Salah's done more goals, but I just don't see him progressing. I think Mane is a big loss for him. I don't know. Can Nunes support that role and Jota consistently? We'll see, but I just don't see it progressing from here.
Brendan, I see your comment about that, and I'm pretty sure they paid.
Right? First goal, right? Not all comps.
Yeah, this is just Prem.
There you go.
Sid says, do you think Rashford can hit a good goal scoring level next season? I hope so, bro. He can't get any worse than last season, surely. Surely can't. This is what I mean about things. You've got to remember, when you've hit rock bottom, whether it's depression, whether it's in life or anything, the only way is up. Martial and Rashford hit rock bottom after a season before where they hit their all-time highs pretty much. So the only way is up, and our season depends on them, man. Eric Ten Hag getting them firing, because if you're not going to get any attackers, you're going to have to rely on them, man, for this season, surely. So I'm going to go through a couple of the comments. Revenant says 28 league goals. Josh says 23 league goals. 32 for Boogerman. Salah will score 22. Gaetano, Juventus fan, says 26. Eric says 28. Oh, here's one. 15. Salah won't have Mane to push him. Tommy says 11. And then Revenant says, are you mad? Salah works hard. And then someone said, I see Mahrez having the best season.
CJ's comment sums it up, Revenite. Mane was a big factor.
Okay. Next one from Angel says, which Premier League manager will be sacked first next season? I'll tell you. No, I'm joking.
What? Oh wait, Watford's not in it.
Out of all, I'm trying to think. I need to get the Premier League table up to get it.
I see Newcastle.
Thomas
how?
Tuchel. That's what's getting
Oh,
sacked. Right?
Thomas Tuchel
What?
getting sacked.
Yep.
Thomas Tuchel.
You
No.
reckon, is that your final answer, Thomas Tuchel?
Yep.
The first
No
manager.
way.
Yep.
This guy's not getting sacked for a couple seasons. I'm telling you right now, this guy's not getting sacked for a couple seasons. We're building a team around him.
I reckon-
Bowie's trusting him.
I reckon Frank Lampard.
Probably.
I reckon Frank Lampard. Yeah, man.
I think people know I'm not the biggest fan of Lampard. Lampard's not for me. He's not a Premier League manager. I think he keeps Everton where they were, 16th, 17th, if he stays the whole season. So I can agree with that.
I see. Love that, man. I'll beat you, Michael, today. I'm beating you, bro. Quick one though. Clinical's birthday today. He's from New York, respectively. He's a very nice guy. Man City fan, obviously, as you can see from the picture. And I'm not joking. This guy's an encyclopedia, and he talks extremely well. You can have conversations with him for days. He's very good. He's not shameless whatsoever. He's very realistic.
Big up to Clinical.
Actually, he talks good on all teams, to be fair. And you know what he does? The thing with Clinical, like, it will say his part on a team, but then he will ask a relevant question, and it only can make you answer that again. So big up Clinical, man. I love that guy. Obviously, Daps is gonna do more stuff with him, and I'll probably get him on some stuff too. Maybe with maybe like this as well, Clinical, man. Clinical, if you want, jump up, bro. If it's your birthday, can you jump up now and come talk? How about that? Get some City questions in. I haven't got a lot of them. Obviously, big up to Matt, man. Matt, I didn't expect this from you. You know what I first expected? I was thinking Lewis's stream. It's you. It's usually you and my man. What's his name? I love the guy. Big guy. He's a big guy.
Alex.
Yeah, Alex. You two going back and forth, and so yeah. Anyone in here, wish Clinical a happy birthday. I'm sure you will love that. So yeah, man.
I'll ask a question just quickly to. Oh, sorry, you won't finish Clinical. Go on.
Oh no, go on.
Did you Man United fans have like what we have on? I've never seen any Man United fans have like what we have in the Chelsea fans. We got a panel full of like just 10 Chelsea fans talking. Like, do you guys have that?
Yes, Flawless does a lot of that.
So
Sarcasm City does a lot of that. It's not typically all Man United what I see with Flawless though, but I know he definitely does stuff like that. For me, that whole lineup thing is too hectic for my liking for now. I feel like build up a community first.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's what it's not. I feel like me and Daps have got control down to a T. So I just think like it's not about that. I think Lewis has got his selected people now. You see you on there all the time. You see C1 on there all the time. You know, he's a Tottenham fan. Alex, Winter Surfer. So big up all of them lot as well. And that's a selected panel. Right now, I don't think I can say I've got a selected panel that's going to jump on at like 2 p.m. or anything in the UK time and so forth. Because you don't know how someone's going to be on camera and you don't exactly know what they're going to say. And that could tarnish your whole YouTube thing. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clinical, did you want to jump on? Let me know. I'm going to write in here. Did you want to jump on? Yeah, and obviously Matisse does it. That's what he's saying. It's the best one. I'm actually at work on break, so I can't. I bless up though. Going to get through some more of the questions as well. Why do Chelsea want Ake back?
Because Tuchel backs it. And Bowie's back in Tuchel. Tuchel wants a signing. He's going to get it. Pretty much.
And that's the way it should work, really, isn't it?
It should. And, we haven't had that probably since Lampard, really, where Lampard actually got the players he wanted. Finally, Tuchel didn't want Lukaku. Tuchel didn't want Saul. Now he's getting players he actually wants. And now I think there's a bit more pressure on Tuchel this season if he gets the players he wants.
Kas, you should do something similar to Big Six Bants, Big Six, etc. But I'm already on Big Six Bants. And second of all, the Big Six thing is a bit more technical because you might actually see Daps on there next season. Now, if you know anything about a little bit about YouTube, you don't want to be taking other people's ideas. Do you know what I mean? So don't start stealing content from people. And on that note, I don't even like having 6 people up in the same room. So not for me. 5, yes. 4, yes. 3, yes. 6, no.
Imagine having 10.
Maybe we'll call it the Octagon or something and get 8 people in instead. But
That's a good name.
Brentford signed Hickey. This is a good question outside the top 6. Brentford signed Hickey. Who did they use, Hickey or Henry? I'm pretty sure Henry is a left back and Hickey's a right back.
Nah, Hickey's a left back too, though. I think.
Is he? I think he's a right back, bro.
Let me check.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aaron Hickey, right? He's a Scottish football player.
He's left back. Left back.
He's a left back. Why has Scotland all got all the good left backs? Tierney, Hickey, what's it called? What's his name again?
Robertson.
Like, what's up with that then? Like, all the Scotland, can they not breed any different players that are good in other positions? Not Scott McTominay. I think it's just going to be relative because I think they play Brentford play a wing back system, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's just cover. Maybe because Henry just covering it a little bit of competition.
Like Keisha said in the comments, he probably could play with both though because he's 2-footed. So who knows?
Okay, yeah, I suppose. But let's see a strong left-footed guy. If he's strong, if his main foot is left-footed, I have a weird thing about them depending on the right, man.
I guess.
Yeah, man. Gaetano says Perisic, Richarlison, and Langley. Would you meant to write? I think Tottenham is a good team. Arsenal is better? ?
Spurs have a better manager, better players, better X Factor players, and Son and Kane. When you have two of the best forwards, arguably in world football, not just the Premier League, that always gives you like a better chance than other teams. And that's why I think Spurs in Champions League, obviously they're not going to win it, but they could be dangerous in the knockout stage just because of Son and Kane. Because you saw with Madrid, right? Benzema and Vinicius were the difference makers. So when you have X Factor players like that, it could change everything.
Big time. Get your questions in. We are running out of questions. I might run this for another 10 minutes before I lock this off as well. So do get them in. Make sure you're smashing that like. Double check that. If you are in here, guys, make sure you double check that thumb is lit, you know. This one for you from Games, for you, Matt. I wonder if Ziyech is staying or leaving Chelsea. Do you want him to stay? Did he not make a statement yesterday as well?
Yeah, so he made a statement saying that if any teams want to hit me up personally, not my management. That's what he was saying in broad terms. But I like Ziyech, but he just isn't fit for the Premier League. I said today where he had his injury back in November where it was a shoulder injury, no contact, and the doctor came out and said that's what happens when you have a weak shoulder. He has no muscle on him. He's not fit enough for the Premier League. You know, he's a fantastic player. He goes to AC Milan, which is where he's going. Mark my words, he'll be one of the best players in the Serie A if he performs well. He's going to kill it there. He's got a natural talent. He's got a natural left foot. Giroud, Ibrahimovic up front, that's all he needs, man.
So I think Suso.
Who?
AC Milan. Who's their right winger right now? I know they got Leao on the other side. Who's on the right? Is it Suso?
I don't know. I don't know Leao.
The right winger is so bad. I don't know.
I don't even know. There you go. All right, cool. Next question from CJ. Ahoy, gents. What do you think of Grealish next season? Seems like most players need a season to acclimatize to Pep's system. Look at Bernardo and Rodri. I personally saw Grealish. Obviously, at first he was raw to the Pep thing, and for me, this season, I think Grealish performs. You could saw at the end of the last season that he was adapting to what Pep wanted. He was playing a lot better as well. So I think Grealish has got a year to prove himself, one more season, maybe even half a season to prove what he can do till January, because I think even then maybe Pep might be like, nah, sorry, enough is enough. It's a bad buy, but
I think it all depends where Pep plays him. I think with Grealish and Pep's system specifically, he's better as a midfielder than he is as a forward.
But then again, remember, they got Haaland and Alvarez up front now. He's got a proper number 9 to obviously get his assists on the board a lot more than Jesus, because Grealish is not that guy running behind Jesus and getting them goals. Now they got a proper number 9.
Nah, it's
number
just
nines,
should I say? Really. So, like, he's not really a touchline winger like what Pep likes. He likes to like just move all around the pitch, and in the midfield, you're allowed to drift off a little more.
Yeah, but is that the whole point of getting Cucurella? Do you not see like the system coming in where they instead you're going to see Kyle Walker, Cancelo, Cucurella, Zinchenko bomb the flanks a lot more, while they can all operate in the inside and not have to touch the outside.
That's possible.
That's the sort of wingers he's got so far. He hasn't really got no 1v1s anymore since Sterling's gone. Don't get wrong, I know Mahrez can do it, but that pace injected in behind, he's going to be looking at Haaland, Alvarez to be that burst of speed. What do you think, Matt? I feel like you're about to say something.
No, I was saying Cucurella, I think, would be a much more improvement to, because he can play left back and centre back. Hence on Grealish, as I said, I don't know if you remember saying this, I said Grealish is a free roam player as well. I never saw him working under Pep's system. Coming with Cucurella, maybe give him more. Cucurella's a guy who gives through balls, even as a centre back. He's a short guy, he's a fast guy. Will he give more build up to Grealish? I can't. That's if they even get Cucurella. But I don't know how Grealish performs. He'll get more of an opportunity for sure because of no Sterling. So we'll see if he can use that opportunity to a benefit.
Okay, so you just think he's not gonna cut the mustard on the City? Do you reckon He goes back to Aston Villa, maybe something like that. Maybe even
I
Tottenham.
don't know. Yeah, maybe at Tottenham. I think Villa was just where he was just the best. I personally think for the sake of his career, he should have stayed at Tottenham, just like Hazard should have stayed at Chelsea.
Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, Brahim Diaz. I thought he was more of an attacking mid more than a winger, but
Salamakers, that's their right wing.
Salamakers. Oh, okay, cool. I think we've got one more question in. So, guys, do get your last questions in. Darcy obviously just joined. How did Chelsea fans feel about Sterling as a player? Matt said he was a big fan. I'm pretty sure he can elaborate on.
I'll just say quickly, for once, us Chelsea fans aren't really divided. We still are, yes, but we're all recognizing that whatever Tuchel wants, he deserves. We all back a manager. That's the one thing that all Chelsea fans agree on. We all back the manager. So a lot of fans aren't against Sterling. It's because he's a Tuchel signing. So a lot of Chelsea fans are actually very, very excited. Me, I'm personally very, very excited to see how he performs. Because this is a great player. He's been in the Premier League for 10 years. We've been wanting a Premier League proven player for years, and now we're finally getting one.
Fair enough. That's nice. Yeah, man. I think he does well under. I think he needs number 9 to perform a lot more, but I don't know, man. People say they can see Sterling. That's it, man. That's it for him, kind of thing. They see him flopping. They're probably hoping that he flops. I hope he flops. So yeah, man. But you know what? I'm probably gonna wrap it up there. Obviously, big up you, Matt, for coming on. I'm gonna bring up any last questions people can get in. Do get them in before I do lock this off. Appreciate anything. Please look at the likes and make sure you've got every like in before you do leave this stream. So yeah, man. Just shout anything you want to shout out before we leave.
Oh, just if you want to, Twitter's just right there. Go check it out. You see me on Lewis's stream, Gem stream. Sometimes I do my own stream when I can be bothered. A lot of you like it, so I do it sometimes. And yeah, always in the Chelsea community.
Michael, shout your stuff out as always, man. Obviously, do mention your rebranding thing.
Yeah, so on Twitter, obviously at Michael_Griggs26, all the stuff I'm doing right there. And for the rebranding, I promise it's coming. I've been saying it for like a week. I'm gonna start doing it next week. As of right now, the channel is called Juego, so Juego, Bonito, Bonito, and then Pod. But we are changing it to Griggs Talks. I just need to get the design ready and everything to kind of rebrand, but. Yeah.
Also, make sure you join our Discord chat. We've got many chat. Obviously, it's more Man United heavy, but we actually got a load of Man City fans. We've got a lot of Chelsea fans now. Growing in the Spurs fans' direction. Arsenal fans are growing in there. There's double figures of pretty much every single fan base but Tottenham at the moment. So, yeah, man. Even got a Palace fan in there. Even got a Barcelona fan that's in there. So, yeah, man. Do join our Discord. The link is right there. Do click it. Download the app. Get onto our chat, and you can talk to me, Daps. Lewis is in there, so forth and so forth. So yeah, man, make sure to definitely join, and it keeps you up to date with all our content when we go live way beforehand, and just get to talk general. It doesn't have to be football, it could be live, anything along those lines. Last question: who wins the Premier League Golden Boot, and which keeper has the most clean sheets? Before we lock it off,
keeper clean sheets. Kepa Arrizabalaga. The most clean sheets
because he's going to play one game and get one clean sheet. Yeah,
still get the most clean sheets in the league. Premier League Golden Boot. I'll probably have to say Kane. No, I'll probably say Son again. I see Son. You see Salah progressing. I see Son progressing this season. Even though Tottenham does shit.
So you're saying Kepa being obviously shameless like Chelsea fans, and then I'm going to say then, Mike's gone. Who are you thinking? Quick.
Liverpool sweep. Salah, Alisson.
All right then, and then the last shout from me, I'm gonna say Salah. I'm gonna say Ed. I'm not joking. I'm gonna say Edison this year. Edison.
So
yeah, man.
It's either Alisson or Edison. So
I appreciate you guys coming in, man. Obviously, big up that. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure you're following Never Foul, Trafford Tunnel, and so forth, man. So big up you guys. I'm gonna cut. So in a bit, just getting down to this little part.